Kid pitched his tail off against us tonight. You have to tip your hat to him. He located his fastball. He cut his fastball. I thought it was, unfortunately for us, a great pitching performance by that young man on the other team. UCLA is seated the way they're seated because it was obvious tonight. They've given up 1 run in 2 ball games. UCLA can pitch. I thought our kids battled and competed, and we're going to come out tomorrow and win. Promise you.
Yeah, like Coach said, he just he pitched well. You know, his fastball probably, if I had to guess, it'd be 88 to 90. Could run it up into the low 90s when he wanted to, but he did a good job of mixing it up, mixing the changeup and his slider or curveball. Worked both sides of the plate very well. Like Coach said, we just got to tip our hat to him. He pitched very well. That was a fastball away. In my second at bat, he had started me off with that same pitch, same location, and I fouled it off. I just missed it. And I mean, I was just looking for something up and out over the plate, and that's kind of where he left it at. He didn't really leave it too high up. It was probably mid-thigh. It was a decent pitch, but that's what it was.
Coach, not too many guys have shut down your offense, I think, the way he did today. I mean, do you think your hitters were out of character, or do you just give the other pitcher credit?
It's a little bit of both, and I saw it today in the cages, and I kept preaching, but youth is youth, and I told him the guy pitching against us tonight is very, very, very good. And if you don't see those guys on a regular basis, sometimes your success can be your demise. Does that make sense? And so, not that we haven't faced good pitchers, but that guy tonight didn't make a mistake. He didn't give you a cookie anytime during the at-bat. And that's what big leaguers do, and he pitched like a big leaguer tonight. And so he didn't make any mistakes. And if he did make a mistake, there was 2 other balls. This young man over here, who I ride hardest, had some good at-bats against him and hit the ball hard. He very easily could have had a couple of hits, and DJ had a couple of good at-bats. But other than that, everybody else had gotten a little bit overconfident about their swing, and no matter what the old man said, you know, the last month and a half, whatever. And so UCLA's guy brought him back to reality. Unfortunately, it's where it was, and it's lesson learned.
Coach, can you elaborate what exactly you saw in the cages today?
When you have a guy that changes speeds, you have to be able to do what UCLA did. UCLA swings the bat to their yard. And I've watched U of A do it too. Hard ground, inside the ball, let it travel, let's get some base runners, get some hits, let's peck away a little bit, and then somebody can take a big swing. And they'll chop the ball in the opposite hole, leg it out. Matchup was good for them today. A bunch of left-handed hitters against a right-handed pitcher. Guys that can run, guys that can put the ball on the ground and run. And it was obvious. They're up the middle and the other way. They get inside the ball really well, keep their hands above the ball. Their fastball tonight, when they pitched, was to this yard. You don't pitch up in the zone unless you're in this kind of yard, because you know that if you don't get on top of it, it's not leaving this yard. So it was obvious that they do a very good job of doing what they do offensively and defensively in this yard. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Are there any other questions?
Trey, you might have already addressed this. I apologize. Can you just talk about what their pitcher was doing well tonight?
Like Coach alluded to, he just he mixed it up well. You know, he didn't really give you too many pitches to hit, you know, that were fat over the middle of the plate. He stayed on the corners, changed speeds. I know there's one at bat where he went, just textbook curveball in the dirt and then fastball up around my eyes, Change speeds, change locations. That's going to make it hard for anybody to hit well. So he did a good job.
Yeah, he when he went up in the zone, a lot of guys in college baseball go up above your cap, and he went up above your hands. And that was one of his locations, and he did. We were talking about the dugout. If you can't get on top of it, don't swing at it. And it was hard to lay off of. He did a really good job of locating in the L, and he did a really good job of having late movement. And, command is everything, and he commanded both sides of the plate. He commanded all 3 pitches. He pretty much threw it where he wanted to. It was a great job by him. And I think he was I don't know if that's his best performance, but I would say it's one of his best performances. Now, it's in a yard where it's a night game, and I wouldn't say UCLA's lights are bad, but they're not great. And night games are where you're going to throw your no-hitters or your tough games, your shutouts. And he looked like he was a little bit more intense because of who we were. I'm sure Coach Savage said, those guys can hit, you better be locked in and blah, 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 and did a great job of it. So you have to tip your hat to that kid. It was a great job. It was just a great job, and I tip my hat to him.
Gera, how'd you feel tonight?
I felt pretty good today. I was more concentrating on hitting my spots today, and they're a good hitting team, and they hit the ball where it was placed, and I tip my hat to them.
Did you hit your spots?
Most of the time, yes, sir.
Did they hit?
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.